your screen?
Ah, fuck! I forgot to share my screen.
Dobby will iron his hands. Bringing it back full circle with like Dobby memes in the year of our Lord 2023. Just like Dobby Dobby's terribly sorry. He fucked up the cobblestone generator. You're playing Skyblock.
Oh man, I kind of missed out on the era of Dobby memes. And then Harry Potter became like a very hateable franchise with a terrible person in charge of it.
And
So.
it became anathema.
Anathema. Wait, what? What does that mean?
Like against your fundamentals.
Yeah.
Man, I can't. Sorry, every time I think of anathema, I think the word anathema. I think was it what's his name? Desmond Miles' dad, who's explaining Templars and Assassins, and it's like, can't they get along? It's like, no, it's anathema to them. They're diametrically opposed. And it got me remembering that like it's wild to me that guy isn't voiced by John Delancey. Like, he's John Delancey adjacent, but he's not John Delancey. Like, that's just a regional accent or something.
Huh. Weird. Man, every time I think of Harry Potter, all I can think is, how does a person write one of the biggest, like, children fictional story series and then just become a raging lunatic for no reason?
You know, it really. The more I learn, the more you learn about authors, the more this theory shows up. Where like I don't think that like a person, especially when it comes to creative like design, basically. I don't think any one person is smart or creative all the time. It's kind of like the ancient Greek term, the genius is a spirit that like is the concept of genius is more of like a spirit possessing you, where sometimes you're really smart and sometimes you're just kind of not. And that's why like in the right time at the right place, someone like what was it, like Ray Bradbury or whatever, was it who's it wrote Fahrenheit 451, where like he wrote it basically over like a week or less, like just this whole book, and just kind of cranked it out, and it became like this classic. And like I think about that and I'm like, yeah, that's one of those like genius moments where genius isn't something you have, it's something that you have for a certain amount of time, you know. And sometimes an author's whole thing is trying to find it again.
Or sometimes you're Kojima and the genius doesn't really go away, but your motivation does, and it goes away so much that eventually...
I think they're one in the same, though.
I wasn't done. Don't interrupt. I was doing a bit.
Sorry.
Wait for me to stop talking before you interject. No, with Kojima, it feels like he didn't, like, his motivation depleted, but his genius didn't really feel like it suffered too bad until you got to Phantom Pain. Like, a lot of people will say, the fourth game, what was it, Guns of the Patriots, suffered from being more movie than game, which never fucking bothered me, and I never cared about. But Phantom Pain, you get to Phantom Pain, and it's like, well, here I don't feel like he lost his genius. I feel like he just stopped caring because he got into a fight with Konami, and you know, rightfully so. Why should he keep caring at this point? He's been trying to get off of this franchise for 3 games now.
Oh man.
Anyway, hi everyone, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, where the people are.
Hey everyone, welcome to Phoenix Wright, and I gotta say,
Hold up in 4 minutes just talking about nonsense.
It's a really good topic though. Oh, hold on, someone, I need to let this person know. Hold on, and then set my Sorry, I gotta set my Discord to not have the beepity poops. No, Jack and I, we were talking about like creative inspiration and how like I think there's this this not story, but from what the legend I've heard is that the ancient Greeks, when they used the term genius, it wasn't something that you had. It's not something that like you had that you developed. It was something that was like more like a spirit that comes over you that sort of like guides your designs and such. And I feel like that's very accurate in the terms of like like being creative is sometimes being like at the right place at the right time or having the right like inspiration. Sometimes you get a lot of work done and sometimes you don't. And I was pointing, and Lujak's like, yeah, it's because like you have, well, Lujak, you say and whatever you were thinking about, like
fuck, what was it? I don't remember.
Well, like a lot of authors, they aren't like consistent, and which always feels weird because like in like when someone makes like a video game or a movie or something, usually there's like at least a handful of people involved, so there are a lot of factors. There's a lot of reasons why something turns out well or doesn't. But then like even if it has like the same concepts, like Pacific Rim and Pacific Rim 2, like the first one was I didn't even know this, but directed by Guillermo del Toro, which explains a lot of how like you think, oh, this is gonna be dumb, and then it ends up being really, really good.
Right.
Guillermo del Toro didn't have to go that hard, but he did. Then Pacific Rim 2, despite having the same like concepts and everything, and still having a huge budget, like didn't hit those same marks. And you go, oh, well, that's because like it had different director, different writers, and different everything. But with books, it always feels weird because an author typically works alone, and so you think like, well, how did you do this wrong? You did it. You've done it before.
Right.
But you know, if there's one thing I've experienced when it comes to whether it's trying to learn coding or artwork or anything real, or like making handbags, it's just that you really can have better and worse days where things make more or less sense, and that translates to like books and stuff where like you can have an author and like they make two books one after the other, and you're like, huh, the second one wasn't quite as good.
Right. Weird shit. Weird how the human brain works.
Just throwing out there, like, sucks for you, but I'm built different. I always make things that are slightly better than the last thing I made. Every time, guaranteed.
Who can we think of right now that you could believe if they made that claim? Because, like, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head who I would believe.
I wanna... Okay, this is a little out there. I want to say... Taika Waititi, but only because, like... he seems to have captured... He captures lightning in a bottle, like, a handful of times, and the one time it didn't work, it was so bad that it, like...
Didn't really feel like it was
kind
his
of
fault.
It just doesn't. Yeah, it felt like it's kind of like name your favorite like basketball player or whatever. Like it's kind of like if Michael Jordan showed up to a game in like with his foot in a cast, where you're like, oh, I understand why he didn't perform well that time.
Yeah.
With the foot and the broken ankle in this metaphor is whatever the heck the scheduling and communication was going on with the Marvel execs, because at the end of the day, I'm like, guys, Taika is written, directed, produced, acted, like a bunch of stuff, and most of it's very good. So you can't just be like, oh, actually, it's just Taika's fault if this movie completely fell apart. I'm like,
They made Jojo
Are you
Rabbit,
sure though?
and I haven't seen Jojo Rabbit.
You know how hard it is to make
but
a movie.
I know that if you can make a movie about Hitler and Nazis be like a sort of goofy nonsense thing while also totally
Being,
talking
like,
about
tactful
how
about-
bad Nazis are and how bad it is and how easily indoctrinated kids are. Like
It goes hard.
whoever the fuck, like, I would trust one other person to do that, and it's whoever the fuck wrote BoJack.
No, basically my phrase that I always, whenever someone's like, oh, well, I don't, whenever I go like, oh, you know who should direct this, Taika Waititi, and someone's like, nah, I think he would do, because he's mainly, I think he could mainly do comedy things. It's like, no, it's not that Taika does comedy things, it's that when he makes things, they're good and funny.
Yeah.
They're funny when they can be, which feels like it should be more common in fiction in general. But yeah, it's like. But my point with Taika is just like, yeah, any other, like, it's that classic, like, X could do Y, but Y couldn't do X, and it's like Taika could have directed like any of the Avengers movies, but none of the other Marvel directors could have pulled off like Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, it's funny, the way you describe him as, like, his stuff being good and funny, I feel like that's what MCU tries to be with every entry they make, but this, like,
They just don't know how to do it.
They don't commit to any of the hard-hitting shit enough as often as they should, I feel like.
And yet there is like there's something kind of funny, like in a cosmic sense, that what was it, was it Gao? There's something like cosmically funny that Jessica Gao, like, basically like lampshaded what is wrong with with Marvel, like, TV shows, and how a lot of the characters have like, it's one thing to be like, oh, a lot of characters have their backstories have like someone died in them, like, that's basic, but it's like, I feel like you lean on the same tropes a lot. And what is this? Super Syringe turning the main antagonist into like a big beefy bad guy at the last second? Like, isn't that a little played out? And like, there's something cosmically funny about like that being published. Marvel knows about it, and then they go, "Hey, you know what we should do for Secret Invasion?"
Right.
Like, you can still do the big bad at the end, but like, guys, she called you on it, and you still did it. You're so lazy.
Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say.
But it's sorry, it's one of those things where, sort of reeling back a bit. I would say it's hard to find someone who doesn't miss or whatever. The only other example I can think of isn't technically a single person. It's a team. Man of Action, which is a team of like 4 or 5 guys.
Alright, like, dude, no, we can't go off on a Man of Action tangent now. We're supposed to be playing a game, and I wanted to add some stuff to what we were already talking about before we started.
Oh. Yeah, the concept of genius and temporary.
I forgot what I was going to say because you went on for so long and then tried to switch to another topic, and we don't have time for another topic, Taylor. Come on, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you legit made me forget what I was going to say about earlier. But I do have one side note. Can we all quit acting like multiverse shit is bad? Just because y'all are annoyed with my MCU doesn't mean that multiverse ideas are bad. Like, Fiona and Cake just started and it's all about multiverse shit. Shut up with this whole can we stop having multiverse nonsense.
I think when it comes down to it, the real reason, I mean, from my perspective anyway, the real reason why I think people are burned out on multiverses is that if you do something and it's not very good, and you do it a whole bunch, then people start to associate that sort of blandness with the trope itself instead of the trope not working.
Yeah, which is sort of the curse of Naruto and filler. No! We can't start talking about Naruto without a game to play.
Hit the button! We know about the kid security cameras.
That runs the studio security cameras.
Computer.
Huh? It looks like it's been turned off already.
I guess that explains why we haven't had like a bunch of pictures that are just... It would be funny. I think I mentioned this last time we got to play, which was like months ago. It would be funny if the camera was still on, so every time you clicked and then clicked back, like between the areas of the studio, if you check the computer, it would have another picture of Phoenix Wright.
That'd be funny. Right from here is the employee area. To the left are the actual film studios. The main...
If we go back into Phoenix Wright, I'm trying to remember, we were on the like last little bit where we certainly know that the kid saw the myrtleization, and we know we have a theory on like the only handful of people who could do it.
Producer.
Oh, we can ask.
Yeah. Vasquez is looking weirdly sus, I think.
Yeah.
I was wondering about D. Vasquez, the producer.
Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So she always gets away.
She seems bitter.
One time she was like, what if we made a Thor movie with like $500 zillion, but like 5 minutes to make it?
As you do.
Do you not like the producer?
What?
Is it frozen on my end, or?
No, my controller just decided to glitch out for a minute. I had it on the charger, and it got, like, disconnected slightly, so it, like, acted out.
Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. It does remind me, there is something kind of fascinating how, like, if someone's under, like, an NDA or something, or wants to protect their like, reputation, then they normally can't talk about the company or the publisher, like, above them. But what's funny is that the silence can speak volumes, where like it's a good way of figuring out if something went well is if there's an interview with like a director or someone who's like making a game, and it's like, and they're like, oh man, I love this guy, I love this other person, we did really well on this, and someone's like, so we heard that the publisher didn't give you enough time to make this game, and they're like, well, it's not really something I can get into, and it's like, well then they probably didn't.
Yeah, right.
If it went well, you'd be allowed to talk about it.
Yeah. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director?
No, he's soft. A pushover. That's whatever Vasquez tells him to.
That guy, they don't care if I talk about him. He's kind of lame.
It's important. He treats him like that, but I think he likes it. And it's sexual.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Shout
sure
out to my Skyjacks fans.
I'm sure he pretty. I never listened to Skyjack. You keep trying to do like podcast references on me, but the only podcasts I listen to are like ones about cartoons and shit.
Oh, did you change the audio settings on the stream, by the way? Or no, wait, never mind. I keep thinking about that, and then I'm like, no, wait, we only change them if I'm like physically like at your house.
Yeah.
So it should be fine.
Yeah, OBS says it's fine. So I'm trusting OBS on that one. Man, I wonder if Salmonella comes from like the same weird ether that like that weird lower guy who's in pain all the time comes from.
He's from the same ether. I think he's born out of the ground like an orc.
Life is pain, so is death.
Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like this?
Because it's sexual!
And it's sexual. Now listen, Maya, you're too young to know about this, so we'll talk about it when you're older.
Yeah, man, go ask your sister's ghost about it. I don't know if
your sister's ghost about it. Okay, that kind of joke would show up in Skyjacks. It's like, yeah, just ask your sister's ghost or whatever, it'll be fine.
Oh my
doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick?
No, it doesn't, man. Obama's
When all you have is a Mr. Hammer.
if I have
Ag! I heard about what I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper.
what?
Poor old Hammer. He'll drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it.
Bro, I'm trying to prove his innocence. What the fuck? Oh no, wait. You're talking about Ham. Bro, Hammer's dead. What the fuck are you talking about? What is there to ruin? I'm trying to solve.
No, Lurjak, she sort of has a point in the sense that, like, technically speaking, if the murder was not Army Hammer, that's an actual guy, Jack Hammer, that, like, it would ruin like the what's left of his name. He has a point, but, like, one, if it's true, then it's sad, but it's true. But I don't know if that's actually the end of it. It's more like a misdirect where it's like, well, our current concept is that Jack Hammer may have done it, and somehow, Jack Hammer, switched into the Steel Samurai costume, got stabbed, and someone switched him out. But that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, but there's that weird bent spike that makes me think he got, like, butchered from the Boys comic. If you don't know what that means, it's exactly.
My go-to is always I'm sure there's multiple examples in fiction of people getting impaled on those pointy fences.
Yeah. But I mean, I still don't get how it would ruin anything, because he's dead. Like, not solving his murder isn't going to change the fact that he's dead anyway. Like,
it just gets extra confusing. My brain gets a little flipped because I'm like, okay, so he died, but also he stole the outfit for some reason.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what. Sorry, getting back to the point. I think that's what she's annoyed by, is that it's highly likely that she did poison a coworker and then steal his outfit while he was asleep.
Yeah.
Which is something that would end up on the news, I'm sure.
Yeah, right. Her eyelashes are weird. Taylor?
I won't forget this!
Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time.
Listen to me, whippersnapper, my poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low, it's impossible. He's a suit-only silent assassin speedrunner.
I got that reference.
I got that reference.
Do I have to show her something? Jack Powers autopsy through the chest.
It'd be funny if you, like, show her the wrong information and she's like, no, I'm deducting points.
You're slipping up, boy. It's not your best work. Do better.
Wait a minute, actually, maybe she would be mildly interested in the Steel Samurai thing, just because it would have a lot of Army Hammer in it. Dang it, Jack Army Hammer is the real guy. The real guy with a fictional sounding name.
Yo, check out this picture.
Is that his, like, for realsies name, or is it like a shortening of, like, you know, Armando, or Armand, or Armadillo?
I have no idea. Never really thought about it. That is a good question.
What? Get that filth out of my sight! You're claiming the poor old... And you're claiming the poor old Hammer's... That's poor old Hammer in there? No. And I thought you were such an innocent youth. Bah!
No, you didn't. You've been on me since the moment we met. What the fuck are you talking about? Yo, check out this murder weapon. Miss Olbeg, what do you think of this?
I'm not...
I'm gonna screenshot that.
That's a catchphrase over die.
I'm not in the mood for thinking, thank you very much.
Sending that to Lujak.
What about this?
Yeah, maybe. Thing. All right. I say we go and press Vasquez, and maybe she'll try to have us killed or something.
Yeah, maybe.
And then we'll have evidence because she'll try to kill us.
Yeah, and then Gumshoe will step up at the last moment with a bunch of cops and be like, "Hold on there, pal!" Right as she's about to kill you. Like, it was a setup the whole time.
Perfect.
October 19th, Studio One entrance.
Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2.
Right.
But why?
But why?
I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer. That would make more sense.
The mascot of Global Studios, apparently. His name is Mr. Monkey. Yeah, it's not important.
Didn't we look that up, and it's like, it's only the uncreative Mr. Monkey in English, and in Japanese it's like forest imp creature.
Yeah, something like that. Oh wait, what did I just figure out? I assumed it was about...
Hey Nick, what did you figure out again?
Well... Actually, it's a long story. I'll tell you another time.
Oh.
Well,
is it one of those like clocks that got broken, and that's how we figured out when it was broken?
Yeah. Camera. The security camera takes photos of everyone who comes through the gate. Doesn't seem to be switched on today.
Hey, wait a minute, Lujack, I just realized something really dumb.
What?
If the fallen tree would have prevented anyone from leaving or coming or going, then how do we get into Studio 2 so easily?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good
Maybe they shifted it over a little bit so you can get past it.
Maybe.
It's exactly why I don't want to get old ever.
Hey, I'm still young, I'm just tired. Because he wants to sit on the bench.
Nick, when you have to start when you start having to say I'm still young, you know it's all over.
But I am still young. He's like 25 or whatever.
Editor put up the little icon from Club Penguin that's like a penguin with like a walker or like a cane, and it says 18 and older. Says welcome.
They let people in here when they're not filming, right?
Nick, let's come here someday. What do you say?
Sure, if Miss Oldbag lets us in.
We'll get to see all like 3 people who work here.
Yeah, it'll be great. We'll talk about all of 5 things
Studio 2.
I don't know what they do for fun in this town. I don't even know what this fucking town is. What kind of San Francisco town is it?
I was gonna say, that's our ongoing theory, is everything is just like only a little bit Japanese, but like it's like a bunch of the stuff is Japanese. For instance, the truck behind her is one that you see more often in Japan than in the United States. But also you've got like gumshoes, like very vague, like American, like old-timey stereotype.
Gumshoe
so
is very American detective from like an old movie. I will be right back in a minute. Distract the audience.
Alright. So, Lujack and I have been playing Deep Rock Galactic. That's been kind of neat. And I gotta say, there's so many games out there that are really fun and really satisfy that sort of like hand-eye coordination that I need out of video games. But like, there's never enough lore. And it's like, dang, I should just like apply to work at Coffee Stain Studios and be like, hey, a bunch of these games don't have enough like lore, and they have like, if they're gonna have like 18 hours of playtime, they should have like 19 hours of lore. And so like, I need that. I'm still playing Deep Rock Galactic. I wanna see all the just crazy stuff that happens. when you get high level. Like, I'm still encountering stuff that I'm not high level enough to actually, like, use. It's just kind of there. There's something kind of funny about one of the, like, late game cosmetics being customizing your pickaxe. Just because, like, it's one of the first things that you see. The pickaxe is one of the first things that you even, like, see. And you see it all the time, and there's this, like, little, like, crafting station looking thing where you switch the different parts out. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then, like, I was talking with people when I was still low level, and they're like, oh, yeah, you get these parts in, like, certain types of, like, missions, and occasionally in, what's the word? And occasionally you find them randomly in like, crates that are in the level. Which is why I always get excited with those cosmetic crates, because that's how you get, you know, a new beard or whatever, because dwarves. And I'm like, oh, that's really neat. But, like, it's really funny that, like, they're so rare, and there's no, as far as I've seen, like, you don't buy pickaxe parts in the shop. Like, they have to actually be found. So it sort of implies that, like, the pickaxe market is very homebrew, and that the only reason why there are other pickaxes around is that other dwarves have, like, made them by hand, like really high level dwarves or something.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, Jack.
Sorry about
I was
that.
talking about Deep Rock Galactic and how you can the customizing the pickaxe is kind of funny because you, as far as I've seen, there's no way of actually, like, you don't actually buy pickaxe like pieces. You have to find them in levels. They're one of the, like, they're like the final sort of frontier where a lot of other things you can buy eventually or find eventually or something. And I think that's really neat, but it's also really funny because it's like, I think it should be the other way around, where, like, there should be, like, or not the other way around, but make it that, like, pickaxes have, like, some basic parts that you see early on or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I just noticed she's got, like, a butterfly on the front of her neck, and, like, on her shoulder she got a butterfly thing going.
Yeah,
It's neat.
it's kind of neat.
October-
Studio 2 entrance.
October 19.
Hey, Nick, it's Miss Fasket. Thanks. There's the blockade.
Thanks. And that's a van right over there, and that's the number 2. And this is the text box.
Asian businessman on a ladder. I'm floating. My eyes wiggly. You're standing on some sand. It's being very descriptive.
It's being very descriptive about itself. It's an anticlimactic.
It's a flying dead thing. It's beaming an image into my brain. What's it saying? It's telling me it's that flying dead thing.
What's that dream? You keep telling me I've had that dream. I've never had that dream. It's that dream about the flying dead thing.
Keep saying I've had that dream. I've never had that
And
dream.
what's that over there?
Oh my god, it's that dream.
Oh my god, it's that. Oh my god, it's that dream. Is like the funniest line to me.
Oh man, especially because the skit basically starts with like a real false start where it's like, what did you dream about last night? And it's like, you keep asking me that, but like he's shooting down the premise just for it to build up, and then he confirms the premise.
Yeah, he's like, no, there's no dream. There's no dream. There's not doing a dream bit here. Oh my god, it's that dream.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's great.
Editor, put in a flying dead thing in the background, like just like peeking above the like wall.
I'm a flying dead thing. Peanuts on a rock.
Asian businessman on a ladder.
Taylor?
Hello. Hello.
She's just spelling hello at her now. Maya, you should at least try to be polite.
Oh wait, did I do the? Yeah, I did the Vasquez voice, didn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
What was that voice? I'm watching the clouds.
That's all she had to say, apparently. Okay, I guess. Cool. Hey, what about Mr. Hammer?
Excuse me, Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder, and... Shush.
Don't shush me.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off.
He's like crying. Jesus. Oh dear. What a mean lady.
Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai.
Kojima after the first Metal Gear Solid game. No, you're making me.
I just alternate, that picture of the Utopia thing with all the flying cars, and it's just the current year if Kojima got to make Silent Hill PT instead.
Yeah, Silent Hills would have been the first Silent Hill game that I would have played. And my big hope is that would have kicked off like a sort of resurgence for the older games and they'd get ported to PC or something. You know, it could have been...
They'd all get remasters like Resident Evil got.
Yeah, get the Resident Evil treatment. It could have been beautiful, but no. Straight bullshit.
You did it. Nick, she did it! She's the killer!
Maybe.
My Fey blood speaks to me! I know it! I know it!
What kind of Naruto shit are you on right now with Fey blood? Oh dear. Talking about bloodlines and shit? Get out of here. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila.
You must talk about that man. Perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer. By yourselves.
Oh dear. Well, you know what? Maybe I will. I'm gonna go into the trailer. Fuck you. October 19, Studio 2 trailer.
Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? I mean, it still seems pretty messy in here.
I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Examine. It looks like they were designing a set to use. Oh, the Steel Samurai show. They've got some figures. For how much does that cost? I don't spend that much money on those sets. That's not a money. The Singing Samurai starring Jake Hammer. What the hell do samurais sing about? Chopping off heads?
Oh my god! Oh my yummies! Commies? The movie was the best! It's about a samurai who sings his way to fame and fortune. Mr. Hammer was a real accomplished singer, you know.
Singing Samurai Stars. What's next? Ninja Ballet? No,
Ninja Ballet!
Wolverine on Broadway.
Oh, hey, it's Hugh Jackman. I just want to say, you're the whole package, man.
You're the whole package, man. Wait, what was that from? I don't remember. Was that...
Night at the Museum 3.
Yeah. You're the whole package, man. Just actual Hugh Jackman.
Buddy, come on. You don't want to do this. Because I will break you.
I will break you. You know, there's a lot of people who I think are probably just saying that. That guy, I believe it. He's genuinely like, no, dude, listen, if you pick a fight with me, I will hurt you, and I don't want to do that.
This is me on a stage instead of in a movie. You see, in a movie, I'm always like about to pass out because I'm all dehydrated. but on the stage I get to drink water, so I'm so much more powerful.
Yeah. I got so much water right now, you can't handle this hydration.
Yeah, for everyone at home that doesn't know that story, apparently, to get the like absurd amount of muscle definition that you see in a lot of movies, a lot of actors do a combination of like exercise and steroids and just being really dehydrated. And ironically, the scene of Wolverine popping out of the water was like one of his lowest points, where he's like, "Yeah, I basically felt like I was gonna pass out."
Man, that's fucking awful.
Yeah, it's like when there's like a tabloid and it's like, "Yo, have you seen this actor immediately after a movie? Like, whoa, they changed so much." It's like, yeah, they actually got to drink something.
Yeah. Like, gee, I wonder why. Samurai Summers starring Jackhammer. This poster's quite old.
Wow, it's been years since I saw that show. One of those typical summer romance stories, but it was great.
Typical summer romance with a samurai on a horse? I mean, samurai...
That's my Kage.
What's that? What'd you say?
I keep forgetting, I say, that's my Kage, and it's because you could choose one of, I think it was 3 names for your horse in Ghost of Tsushima, and I keep forgetting that because I keep assuming that was the name of the horse is everyone's name.
No, I can't even remember what I named my horse in Ghost of Tsushima. I'd have to go... Man, I should replay Ghost of Tsushima. I tried What were you gonna say?
My whole thing with Ghost of Tsushima is like, oh man, the mechanics are solid, and the directional system of like the wind telling you where your next like objective is, and like the little like the birds telling you about collectibles and stuff, like that's really clever. I really like that. The one thing that I would change is make it that the main character gets to emote more, because most like there's some drama in between these characters, but it messes with me that the most amount that he gets to like emote tends to be when he's just talking to his horse. Because like he'll be talking to like whenever I have it in text, it's like what's his name again?
Jin Sakai?
Yeah, it's like Jin talking to any person in the game, and it's just like the Easter Island head emoji. And it's like Jin talking to his horse, and it's like a bunch of like hearts and smiley faces. That's my Kage.
Yeah. Man, Ghost of Tsushima.
I do want. There is a bit of comedy, like in a roundabout way, of the concept that like he's very emotional, but he's only allowed to show it when he's talking to his horse.
Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima was really fun. You know, it's funny. I checked out a little bit of Sekiro because I have it, and before booting Shantae back up, because that game is rough. And at some point, I found myself thinking, you know, I love samurai games. I could just be playing Ghost of Tsushima right now. Not saying Sekiro's bad. I don't think it's bad. I just think I have to get way better at parrying if I'm going to survive that game. An old movie poster. Dynamite Samurai, starring Jack Hammer. I guess Mr. Hammer used to be quite the star. The glass is
to the window.
I can't see outside. To the wall!
To the window, to the wall.
It's fine, October. The dimming daylight makes it feel like winter's coming. Alright, let's start.
I thought we had her. We were so close, Liu Chang. Maybe we can look at some chairs.
This is where they had the meeting. There are documents and paper cups scattered.
This is the room where it happened.
What happened? Nothing in here that could be a clue.
Don't be silly, I check everyone's garbage.
Yeah, please, I go through everyone's trash. Just some paper cups and crumpled documents. Nothing of note in here.
Yes, the floor here is made of floor.
Indeed. Can I give you something? Can What happens if I share this? She's not even looking. Okay, hey, you, look.
Who are you showing you? That's to me, Nick.
She's like, someone has to look at it. Hey, look at this.
Look at it! Look at it! I want all of you to look at it!
Look at it! It's just.
She wasn't interested in the. Oh man, how about the samurai spear? That's suspicious, ain't it?
Should be. Nope, doesn't care. How about the photo? Nope. What about the guy?
Hi, I'm Laura Schmidt, and today I'm going around showing Miss Vasquez all the items in my
What
pocket.
about the guide map? Won't she bite on any of them? Find out today with Laura Schmidt and the fussy
Laura Schmidt,
suspect.
attorney at law.
Suspect. What about the monkey head? Doesn't care about that either. What about this badge? You know, one day I'm gonna show my badge to someone and they're gonna be like, oh cool, you're alive.
Yeah, one day. One day.
Alright, nothing else there, I guess. Into the studio, or no, not studio 2. Wait, can we not go into, oh that's right, she took the key, huh? Well, what else am I supposed to do? Examine. Van. It's a light van. It's a van. No, we're not gonna go for a drive. What? I didn't think that they were gonna have an actual conversation about this, but look, I have this.
Why are you showing me your attorney's badge?
Nobody cares when I show that to Maya. Someone has to care about my badge. No clues here. Incinerator. Apparently they just put this one in. It's already covered in soot. They must not clean it much. This is where Salmonella and D. Vasquez ate. There's nothing left on the plates.
So they ate T-bone steaks too. Man, it's gotta all come together at some point, right? You know, like the T-bone steaks. Yeah. Otherwise, it'll be like the glass shards, where it's like, here, have some glass shards.
Yeah, it's gotta be weird if it didn't. Hey, check out these glass shards. You want to see these glass shards?
Although I suppose it's also fair that like not every bit of evidence is used, just if only because like. It might be too easy if you only have applicable evidence bits.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of Danganronpa, where every minute detail, no matter how dumb or irrelevant seeming, somehow matters in like the dumbest way possible. Something wrong?
I don't know, I'm getting this funny feeling. Something about this feels odd, you know?
Like, seriously.
Are the plates cleaner? No. Are they... Something about... mistakes? There's a lot of mistakes going on here.
A lot of mistakes. Why does that one look like a smiley face? No, but, dude, I've been watching Game Grumps play Danganronpa, and it is amazing the kind of dumb shit a character will say. Where you'll be like, what was the point in saying that? There's no way that should matter. And then it matters anyway. And you're like, this is stupid.
Have you heard of the High Elves?
Danganronpa is pretty entertaining, though. It's entertaining to watch, anyway.
I went to this highly exclusive school because I was voted least likely to die.
I was voted the most lucky. Can't say that I do. Slide.
Oh, crates and barrels.
He's like materials for making a movie set.
So here's something that I think is important. We know there's the crates and barrels and stuff, and we know that inside that inside of that the prefab looking structure, they had plans to build a set of some kind.
Some kind.
And I feel like that should be important.
I feel like I'm looking at the set piece to a Donkey Kong level when I look at that.
I think we made that joke before. Oh, here's the thing. Here's how I would have built it. I would have made it that one of the the key pieces of evidence is that Vasquez was planned too much ahead, and there was some bit of evidence that was like, oh, she was planning on switching on replacing this actor and doing a different show or whatever, and it doesn't prove she did the murder, but it leads you in the right direction. Where it's like, hey, wait a minute, why are they building a whole different set thing, and are they I don't know, renting out new equipment or something?
Yeah. You're a line.
Oh, they've been sitting here for quite some time. Yeah, I think we read this one. Might as well be a junkyard. Oh, that was my joke. Is this is just the junkyard set.
Yeah, and here's
is
the
that Spike again.
That leads me to believe he got somehow butchered from the boys.
You say butchered, and I think they turned him into T-bone steaks.
Nah, butcher
We figured it out, LuJack.
Yeah.
That's
what they did. What?
Wait,
No.
And secondly, if we turned him into T-bone steaks, then wouldn't there be part of him missing at the crime scene? Ah, dang, you got me there.
Damn, she's right. No, it's Butcher from the Boys. Spoilers from this
Yes.
comic book, but he falls into a spike somehow. It's a spoiler for the comic, not the show. The show's only 3 seasons in right now. Can't fucking predict where the show's going because they've already diverted super big, which is kind of cool.
I feel like if you really wanted to be spicy, you would when it comes to an adaptation, you would make it that one of the twists is that everything follows the comic very closely, with a few, but with little details that tell you things aren't quite right, and then vastly changes as a twist halfway through the season.
Well, I knew immediately things weren't quite right when Huey wasn't Scottish. Look, man, the Boys TV show adaptation is good, but I'm not gonna stop harping on him not being Scottish. It takes away.
Called me up, said, "Love you." I replied, "Not Scottish enough. Call me later."
Not Scottish enough.
So it was like a TikTok reference.
I do not know that one.
I'll have to find the animation in some time. Anyway. It looks like it's...
On closer inspection, this trailer looks like it's been here for a while. I don't think this is part of some temporary film set.
I gotta say, at least the birds are not that annoying. I kind of forget that the tweeting sounds are supposed to be ambient bird sounds because, I don't know, they just kind of feel correct. They don't have the high-end hertz or whatever that messes with your ears.
There are some flowers here.
Oh, so pretty. Taking good care of these.
Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous.
Touches it, just in comical amount of anime spray.
The trailer door is unlocked. Cool.
Maya, why do you have so much blood? I don't know. The doctor said as long as I don't have too much ramen, I should be fine.
What? Too much what?
Just she has a joke about high blood pressure with sodium, but it's oh, you have comically high blood pressure. You have too much of it.
Too much pressure for you. There's gotta be something else, dude.
Well, look at that thing. Look at the. Oh, That's all I got.
The what?
The big whiteboard thing again.
It looks like they were designing
they were
a set
designing-
to
so-
use the Steel Samurai show.
Oh, it's for the Steel Samurai show. So, how much the set costs? Hmm.
Well, let's go somewhere else, I guess.
I knew someone who they found a game show where they design sets for like TV movies and such, which is a cool concept because it's not really something that you get to see like the process of. And it was called Hot Set, and it was extremely hard to find outside. Like if you were trying to like track it down or whatever and didn't have like, I'm not sure even where it was originally like hosted or whatever, but it was really hard to find online because you look up hot set and just get hot set of buns, hot set of selfies or whatever, and you're like, no, I'm looking for does anyone have like a torrent for hot set? And they're like, hot set of buns, hot set of selfies? No, the show hot set. Hot set of shows? No, the show.
The show called Hot Set.
Yeah, because there was a it was a show. Apparently, it was similar to I think there was a show called Face Off, not to be confused with the movie. That was similar, but it was makeup design. Like you would basically have a bunch of people just kind of like show up and then give you like a certain challenge. And then these makeup artists would be like, all right, I'm going to turn this person into, I don't know, some kind of Frankenstein.
Huh. That sounds neat.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Sounds like a Nickelodeon show.
It was, I don't know where that one was either. Basically, I knew a lot of stuff like secondhand, where someone else had like the TV on.
Right.
But yeah, it was a neat premise.
Sounds like
October 19th, Global Studios employee area.
Thank you, SpongeBob narrator.
I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time. No!
This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later.
I guess. That's where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right?
Uh-huh.
I wonder if there are any other clues lying around. I have an extra pocket for clues. Yeah! No touching!
Jesus, what the fuck, detective?
This cuts to like a Pokemon. Editor, change the fade to black to like a Pokemon like battle, where like it's them in the top right, us in the bottom left.
Dun, 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 dun. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you, except for me shouting "Yarg."
Yeah, right.
It didn't mean I almost had a heart attack. And then I have to channel myself.
Just edit a clip in it of Alex Louis Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood when he's in the library. I found you, Elric Brothers! What the heck, Major? Shh, this is a library.
Silence. Yeah, be quiet. This is a library. I guess I can be a little dramatique at times.
Yeah.
I suppose it's the actor in me.
Dramatic much?
Ahem. Sorry. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on the table. Shoot, get the plates on that plate.
Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills?
Yeah, pal, traces thereof. We got it, Lou Jack. That's why they clean the plates, ever so slightly.
And we will discover more on the next episode of Felix Wright.
And if you didn't like our commentary, I'm sorry. And if you liked our commentary and wish that we talked even more, you're welcome.
Yes, to both of those. Yeah, we definitely did a lot more commentating than actual playing on this one. But some episodes are just like that, and you know, next one they'll maybe better. I don't know. But in the meantime,
I've been Taylor.
I've been Lujack.
And we've been all the voices, pal.
Every single one.
And we'll see you next time. Hopefully next week.
Oh yeah, and drink water.
Bye.